Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about hard protocol, right? So if you guys are already familiar with the Kava ecosystem, I've covered it in my recent videos, so check that out. So if you guys are familiar with the Kava ecosystem, you would obviously know that hard is a part of the Kava ecosystem. So hard protocol aims to be this cross-chain money market, and if you look at their Medium page, you can read about what hard protocol is and what it does. So introducing the hard protocol, the world's first cross-chain money market, right? So this was posted on 18th of September 2020, and the Kava founder Brian Kerr has had announced that they'll be using a new protocol called Hard, um, to be the first cross-chain money market ecosystem, right? So if you go through the Medium article, you can clearly understand what Hard protocol is. So what is the Hard protocol? Hard is the world's first cross-chain money market that enables you to earn more with your digital assets, right? With Hard, you will now be able to lend, borrow, and earn with assets like Bitcoin, XRP, BNB, Binance Coin, BUSD, Binance USD stablecoin, Kava, and USDX. USDX is, if you guys watched my Kava video, you were probably familiar with what USDX is. USDX is a stable coin on the Kava blockchain, right? So just to give you a recap of what Kava is, so that you guys can understand Hard protocol better, right? Kava aims to be this borrowing and lending platform, where you can again, I believe that not only can you borrow and lend, you can also mint a stable coin with Kava, with a particular asset from a different blockchain being the collateral, right? So if you recollect, Kava is based on the MakerDAO theory, or MakerDAO platform, where in MakerDAO, which is an ERC20 based ecosystem, where you allocate a collateral such as an ERC20 token. It could be anything, including Ethereum, where you allocate Ethereum and you are able to mint a specific stable coin. In that case, it is DAI. But in Kava, you can pretty much use Bitcoin as a collateral, BNB coins, XRP, and even BUSD. And you are able to mint USDX, which is their own stablecoin, right? In that case, Kava was mainly used for minting USDX stablecoin, and then when you mint USDX stablecoins, you are rewarded with the new Kava tokens, right? So but a part of the blockchain is going to be Hard protocol, which basically is this first cross-chain money market ecosystem that enables you to use any of these tokens in order to lend or borrow and earn interest from lending and borrowing, right? So that's a pretty cool concept, and this is particularly unique because no other ecosystem has such cross-functional chain-based borrowing and lending platform, right? Very few, or pretty much no other ecosystem has done this, right? It is the first of what will be many applications that utilize the Kava blockchain security, price feed module, and cross-chain functionality to provide open and decentralized financial services to the world. So again, it pretty much is self-explanatory. They are planning to use the Kava blockchain security. Kava blockchain is known to be one of the most secure blockchains. Although it is not as popular, it is a very strong and secure blockchain because it was built on the Cosmos SDK, right? They also rely on price feed modules from the Kava blockchain and the cross-chain functionality that Kava blockchain has in order to create this hard protocol that they can use to that people can use to lend or borrow money, right? How does hard protocol work? There are three major activities. Supply. You can safely supply your digital assets on hard and earn interest, right? So that's pretty straightforward. Borrow. you can use your digital assets as collateral to borrow other digital assets. In this case, I believe it's mainly USDX tokens, but I think they are planning to add more more borrowing features to it, right? So earn suppliers and borrowers earn hard, the governance token of the application. Again, hard token is a governance token of this protocol, and we'll go through it in detail about what this token is and what it does. How the hard protocol is built. Hard is an application built on Kava. As such, it leverages Kava's existing validators for security, bridges for cross-chain asset transfers, and partners service such as Chainlink oracles for price reference data, right? So that's pretty self-explanatory. They, as mentioned earlier, they're planning to use Kava's existing security features, cross-chain asset transfers, and Chainlink based oracle system for Hard's protocol, right? Version 1 of Hard protocol ships with support for supply side deposits and hard incentives for Bitcoin, XRP, Binance Coin, BUSD, and USDX. Version 2 ships with borrow functionality and borrow side incentives for those assets plus expanded functionality of hard governance on chain. So currently, I believe we are in the version 1 stage where you are if you hold Bitcoin for example, a spare amount of Bitcoin, you can use it to borrow Bitcoin in the hard protocol, and by borrowing you can use it for borrowing USDX on the hard protocol, and you can also use Bitcoin to lend on the hard protocol to earn hard tokens, right? Version 2 is going to be coming out soon, and they're planning to offer version 2 ships with borrow functionality. So I believe I misspoke on my previous statement, where version 1 you can only supply, but version 2 you can borrow. So version 2 is currently not working right now, but it will come out pretty soon, right? And you're also able to expand your functionality by being a part of the governance of the protocol by using hard tokens, right? Initial assets: Bitcoin, Binance Coin, BUSD, USDX, XRP, and hard, right? As an application built on Kava, it will have access to any asset on Kava blockchain. In the Kava 4 gateway mainnet upgrade, the BEP3 bridge will be expanded to support Bitcoin, XRP, BUSD, and others, making these assets available for use in hard money markets along with native Kava assets like Kava, Hard, and USDX. So again, this is a very key point to note, right? So if you have Bitcoin from the Bitcoin blockchain, you will not be able to use it for the borrowing and lending features of Hard protocol. The reason is, although Kava is a multi-blockchain, it aims to be this multi-blockchain asset protocol. Currently, Kava and Hard protocols, they use BEP20 tokens of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the Binance Smart Chain, XRP on the Binance Smart Chain, as well as BUSD on the Binance Smart Chain. So you need to be very careful, because if you send your Bitcoins to this protocol without understanding the network that it runs in, you may lose your funds, right? So I suggest you to be very careful and understand what tokens, what type of token you'd have to send to the hard protocol, right? So if you want to convert your regular Bitcoin to BEP20 Bitcoin, which is a Binance Smart Chain version of Bitcoin, you can obviously deposit your Bitcoins on Binance Exchange, and then when you withdraw it, you can choose BEP20, and then you can withdraw it to a wallet like Trust Wallet, and from there you can interact with the hard protocol, right? Or if you use the Binance Bridge, which is, again, you can search for it on Google, you can transfer your Bitcoins to a specific address, and in return you will get the same Bitcoin value with fees removed from it, and you will get it in BEP20 format, right? So that's something that you have to be careful with, not just Bitcoin, but also XRP, BUSD, and BNB, right? Open integrations. Built as an open and permissionless application, Hard is accessible to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the world. Exchanges, fintech apps, and financial institutions can integrate Hard's money market products and provide earning and borrowing opportunities directly to their users. So that's pretty straightforward, and it enables financial institutions and fintech apps and exchanges to tap into HARD's protocol in order to use the earning and borrowing features, right? Hard governance. As seen in all decentralized money market applications today, a governance token is necessary for proper decentralization and to ensure the ongoing evolution of the application. To compete in the current environment, it's also critical to have incentives to bootstrap liquidity and incentivize user participation. So again, by holding Kava like hard tokens, you are able to participate in the governance of the ecosystem, hard protocol ecosystem, right? But what are the incentives for you to participate? What are you going to get by participating? This paragraph talks about that. The hard token, decentralized governance and incentives. The hard token primary role is to give holders a voice in the platform. Collectively, hard holders are responsible for managing key parameters of the protocol, such as what assets are to be offered, how rewards are distributed amongst assets, as well as set any platform fees, etc. So by holding hard tokens, you're able to participate in the development of the ecosystem, which may not really sound that cool, but when it comes to adding new tokens, you can even add an BEP20 version of Ethereum or BEP20 version of Polkadot on this ecosystem, if you are a significant hard token holder, right? And using that, you can make proposals, you can govern the ecosystem. You can also set any platform fees that you feel would be would drive this platform into adoption, mass adoption. So those are the cool features, right? Hard tokens will also be used to incentivize early participants, giving them a voice in the ongoing evolution and management of the application. So again, just like any other cryptocurrency platform, if you're an early adopter, you will be generously rewarded. Kava tokens and compensation. In designing hard, it was carefully evaluated if the Kava token could be used to also govern the application. Three major items prevented this. Hard's evolution needs to be driven by participants that use it. We believe that a fair distribution to users is necessary for long-term success. The users of hard money markets may or may not be the same as those that hold Kava today, giving reason to not conflate the governance of the Kava blockchain with that of the applications. Here they basically talk about the rationale for not using Kava as the main source of incentivizing the hard protocol ecosystem, right? Again, it's a pretty straightforward case whether they're saying, because if you're not going to reward people using a new token, the long-term development of the protocol may not happen, right? So that's a pretty smart decision from the team. Having supplier and borrower incentives is a must in today's yield-oriented DeFi market. If we used the Kava token for incentives on hard, we would need to inflate Kava upwards of 50% supply. Given that not all Kava holders would be participants on hard, inflating Kava would meaningfully dilute existing Kava holders to a degree that is not acceptable. Again, this is a very smart decision from the team, in my opinion, because they have thought out well about the supply of Kava tokens, and if they are to incentivize people to participate in the hard protocol, they would have to like print more Kava tokens, which doesn't make sense because that's going to dilute Kava and it's going to make Kava meaningless itself, right? So in order to prevent that and to keep Kava as a separate entity of itself, they are choosing hard token instead of Kava token on this blockchain, right? Lastly, the Kava token Kava token needs to be preserving as a reserve asset responsible for recapitalizing the lending platform. Conflating its value in multiple use cases creates a cascade of problems and can potentially undermine its value as a reserve asset. So again, this protocol, hard protocol, makes it very clear that they don't want to bring Kava as an incentive for hard protocol participants, right? They want to make Kava as this asset, reserve asset, which has a fixed supply, which has its own, which where you can use to you can get Kava tokens by collateralizing your bitcoins or what Binance coins or whatever coins, and then you can mint USDX in the process and participate in that ecosystem. But here they have very clearly said that Kava is planned to be a reserve asset, which also adds to the fact that Kava is more valuable in this particular case, right? When it comes to hard protocol, hard tokens are valuable, and we'll talk about the reasons in very shortly. Hard compensation for Kava stakers. Hard and any other applications that utilizes the Kava blockchain security should in theory compensate Kava stakers directly for their security and cross-chain infrastructure. As such, we felt it was appropriate that hard tokens should be distributed continuously pro rata amongst Kava stakers. So again, by using, so if you have Bitcoin, right? Think about this one. If you have Bitcoin that you want to lock and participate in the Kava ecosystem and the hard protocol, what you would do is you would convert your Bitcoin into BEP20 versions of Bitcoin, and you would participate by locking your Bitcoins in Kava, in the Kava protocol, and then minting a portion of it in USDX, right? When you do that, you are going to get rewarded with Kava tokens, right? When you get rewarded with Kava tokens, you can use those Kava tokens and stake them in the hard protocol and then earn hard tokens, right? So that's the kind of smart planning that this team has done, which makes me really impressed with this project, right? So hard distribution. 40% is for incentives, 25% for treasury, 20% for Kava stakers specifically, right? So if you're a Kava holder and you're not participating in this protocol, I suggest you to participate so that you will get a free token, which you can also trade it on Binance, by the way, and it also has its own plans ahead to develop and move forward to become this DeFi player, large DeFi player that it wants to be, right? So if you have some Kava lying around, you can participate in this in the hard protocol, right, by staking them. 10% for the team and 5% for IEO. So that's pretty cool. Again, there will be a maximum supply of 200 million hard tokens. The distribution of hard tokens will be as follows. So again, we went through the distribution, but if you see the 200 million supply cap is pretty smart, because it allows for the token to kind of like have an initial inflation supply, but then gradually moves to this very very unique and very stable asset that hard token would be, right? So that's a pretty cool decision from the team. To achieve a fair distribution, there will not be any seed or private sale of the hard token. So that's a very very reassuring thing for investors who want to invest in hard tokens, because there's no pre-mining, or there's no like seed sale or private seed sale or private sale or whatever like that, right? So everything will be distributed to people who participate in the ecosystem. Depending on the volume that they contribute, they're going to receive the respective share of hard tokens, right? Development road. On 21st September, they launched their testnet. They did internal testing and external audit. Again, this is a well audited protocol, so there's nothing to be worried about, but that does not mean that there is no risk from potential smart contract bugs or whatever. But having an audit definitely helps for have a peace of mind for the investors, right? October 15, 2020, hard version 1 ships along with Kava 4 gateway upgrade, which is where I believe they brought in these other tokens that are compatible in the Kava blockchain. Hard distribution begins. Supply side deposit and hard incentives for Bitcoin, BNB, hard, and USDX begins. That's pretty straightforward. December 30th, they had hard version 2, expanded hard governance. You can also supply and borrow these tokens. Borrow side incentives begin for Bitcoin and all other tokens, right? So again, this is a pretty straightforward Medium page. You guys can go to medium.com/kava-labs, and or you can go to the description. I'll have a link of this in the description box for you guys to review. It's a pretty cool platform, and I believe that this has a lot of potential to grow, right? So hard.kava.io is the actual website of hard platform, because it's in the Kava blockchain. I believe that they have this name. This page is not opening right now, so what I'll do is I'll go here and click the link again. Okay, so this is the page. This is the website, Hard Protocol. You can read through the guides if you want to. World's first cross-chain money market. lend, borrow, and earn with your crypto, right? Crypto now. Connect your wallet. You can use your Trust wallet to interact with this, or any if you have Binance Smart Chain wallet, you can also, I believe, you can interact with that one as well. So total earnings distributed is $4.9 million worth of tokens have been distributed so far, which is pretty cool. And again, if you see, um, if you are minting USDX by depositing your Bitcoin or BNB coin or whatever, right? You will, in the Kava blockchain, you will receive USDX that you minted and Kava that you minted, right? You can deposit both of them in the hard protocol and earn 32.57% for USDX annually and 20.51% for your Kava annually, right? This is a pretty cool system where you can do multi-level yield farming, right? And by doing that, you are also earning hard protocol, which is also a new token that has a high potential to grow, right? USDX is going to be mostly a stable coin. You just need to make sure that when you mint USDX, you don't fall below the collateralization ratio, which basically is determined by the price of the underlying asset that you are depositing. Let's say if Bitcoin was $10,000 when you locked it in Kava, and when you minted USDX, you have to make sure that the Bitcoin price doesn't go. I'm just giving an example, maybe like below $5,000 worth, right? If that happens, your Bitcoins would automatically be liquidated, right? So you just need to make sure that you be careful. One of the strategies that I would say is, if you have BUSD tokens, which are stablecoin tokens, you can use BUSD on the Kava blockchain, mint USDX, which is another stablecoin, and then get Kava rewards in that process. Get Kava and USDX that you minted, supply it in hard protocol to earn hard token rewards, right? So you can, by that way, you're mitigating the risk of your collateral going below below a particular price, because BUSD is a stable coin and it doesn't really move anywhere. It's not volatile, and it's pegged to $1, right? So it's a pretty stable way to earn all these other tokens. But if you do have some spare Bitcoin or XRP or BNB tokens, then you feel free to do your research and then use these platforms, right? If you have hard tokens, again, this is another cool thing, right? You can do 3 levels of yield farming. Remember I told you that if you have USDX and Kava, you can stake it here to earn interest in hard tokens. Whatever interest you're earning from hard tokens, you can supply it to this exact same platform. You can lock it in this protocol itself and earn even more hard tokens. So that's such a cool mechanism. I believe that a lot of people don't know the strategy, and if you use the strategy to your advantage, you can make a really good yield. All the while, your underlying token assets would also appreciate in price. So you can definitely bet on this project and these tokens to do well, because both Kava and Hard Protocol, in my opinion, are severely undervalued tokens. And if you are smart enough to use the strategy, you can maximize your yield like crazy, right? So BNB, if you have BNB, you can earn 24.97%, BUSD 44.71%, Bitcoin you can earn 48.27%. Again, tell me any other protocol that earns 48.27% income per annum by depositing BTC. This is to be honest, the only protocol that I have seen that yields so much for depositing Bitcoin, right? And you can, if you want to only accumulate Bitcoin, you can, if you can convert all the hard tokens in Binance back to Bitcoin, and then keep adding to the Bitcoin stack while collecting more and more hard tokens, right? This is another strategy that you can use. XRP 26.54%. So yeah, again, backed by industry giants, Binance, BitMax, OK Exchange. All of these 3 exchanges are really reputed and big giants in the cryptocurrency exchange arena, right? Hard Protocol in news, they have been in Forbes, in Entrepreneur and CoinDesk, and basically that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple website. They provide you all the information. You can go to guides in order to see how you can specifically participate in this platform if you have any questions, right? Now, looking at the coin market cap page for hard token, you can see that it's the 345th ranked token by market cap on CoinMarketCap. It's currently trading at 82 cents per token, and it recently dipped at at about 3.30% in the past 24 hours. The market cap is $39 million. Again, for the cross-chain functionality that it has, where you can earn passive income on your Bitcoin, XRP, and BNB. This token has severely been it's severely undervalued, right? You can clearly expect this token to be in some of the big mid cap market size by the end of this bull run, right? Because again, I strongly believe that this token is going to outperform many small cap and many current mid cap tokens. There are several mid cap tokens in coin market cap that basically do nothing. There's no project development, there's no there's no form of development, or there's no community participation, but they are in the mid cap range, right? If you take hard protocol, for all of its amazing features that it has, how closely it works with the Kava blockchain to give you the maximum yields, and how it gives you an opportunity to put your Bitcoin at work and earn another cool underlying asset, which is hard capped at 200 million, and there will be no more printed. There's going to be more developments on this protocol soon. This seems to be like a really undervalued token in my personal opinion, right? So again, maximum supply, we already know that it's 200 million. Currently there's only 47 million tokens in circulation. Again, you can expect a bit of inflation, where when new tokens are injected into the ecosystem, you're going to see the price be a little bit tanking or moving sideways. But in the long run, if you're in the long run, this is going to perform several other tokens, right? And if you look at the charts, again, you can see that the token was initially worth 86 cents since we have the data from CoinMarketCap, where you can get the data all the way from November 5th of 2020. And it's pretty much straight. If you see the current price, it's also similar to the price when it was initially, when the data was initially collected. It dipped down where it reached 43 cents per token. It had a big spike on December 2020 where it reached 96 cents. I think it reached an all-time high of like close to $1 or something, and then it dipped back down to 44 cents, and now it's steadily climbing up, right? So if you are a short-term holder, I would suggest you to wait, because this token clearly has a predictable up-down and up-down pattern. So currently it's at the uptrend. You can wait so that this token goes back to the 40-50 cent area, right? But if you're a long-term holder, I suggest you to use this as a good entry point and get into this, right? Or if you feel like you don't want to buy this token, you want to yield farm them, if you have some Bitcoin, spare Bitcoins, or spare Ethereum, XRP or Binance coin that you're not planning to use anytime soon, you can yield farm it by locking it in the hard protocol, right? And one other thing to note is, if you see the yellow line, which is basically the Bitcoin comparative, it's currently at almost all. It's actually at almost all-time lows. So if you have some spare satoshis that you want to use to purchase this token, this would be the right time, right? Again, not financial advice, please do your own research, but at the same time, this seems to be like a good entry if I were to invest in this via Bitcoins, right? So that's a pretty cool information. You can also see that the volume candles are pretty consistent, so there's no manipulation of price or no form of sudden burst of activity. It's pretty stable and steady. You can also see that it has like enormous amount of liquidity, because it remember, it partners with the Binance, BitMax, as well as OK Exchange. You can use it. You can use USDT to buy hard. You can use Bitcoin. You can use BNB. You can use BUSD. It has an ample amount of liquidity, and I believe that hard token was one of the launch pool tokens that was offered on Binance. So they're very closely tied with Binance, and you can pretty much get it from all the three top big exchanges: Binance, BitMax, as well as OK Exchange, right? So what is my final verdict on this token? I personally hold this token, and I hold it for long term. I'm really impressed by the way this platform along with the Kava blockchain. I'm a big fan of both Kava as well as hard protocol, right? I have a decent amount of bags on both of them. I believe that what they're doing is definitely going to bring Bitcoin and XRP to the DeFi space by allowing them to interact. By holding hard token, you're also participating in governance to improve this ecosystem, where you can also vote on adding new tokens into this blockchain. Um, I do believe that this token has an incredible potential, and I'm going to hold it for long term, right? I'm going to yield farm it. I'm also going to buy it when there's a dip, and I'm going to hold it hard, I'm going to hold it long and hard, right? And I'm going to definitely look into adding some more position into this once this reaches a again at 40 cent range. But since we are in the middle of a bull market, I don't think it will reach 40 cents anytime soon. But since I am a long term holder, I'll probably buy some in the next few days at this level, right? And if you guys are interested in participating in this protocol, please do your own research. I can provide you with the Medium link on the description if you guys want to learn more about it. If you don't know what Kava is, please watch my Kava video to learn what that ecosystem is and what it does. So yeah, this is my recommendation. And again, please do your own research before you put any of your money in this token, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.